What's going on? The Copywriting Call podcast. It's your boy Loso 2.0, the copy god himself. And today we're doing a breakdown of the Bible, our weekly breakdown of the Bible. You know what I mean? Like I said, you guys are going to get it from the physical sense. I'm going to get it from the metaphysical sense. Now, I left off before, well, honestly, I didn't in my podcast put in the Cain and Abel kind of breakdown, but I did it on my TikTok. So you can go on there, or, go on my Instagram at Loso 2.0_ in order to see, the breakdown of that. It's a quick breakdown of Cain and Abel. Did I do it I might have did it in my podcast. I don't know. But this one is about the story of Noah, right? So now I'm about to break down Noah. We know that, the world got flooded. God told him to get 2 of every animal. Now, this one I'm going to have to keep breaking down into parts because there's so much detail that goes into Noah. Okay, so it's so much detail that goes into Noah that it's just like it's not even funny, right? And it's funny, my nephew's name is Noah too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Noah is the son of Lamech, or Lamech. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Lamech, the definition when you translate it into Hebrew, the Hebrew word for Lamech in Hebrew actually means strong young man. Thank you for letting me over. I'm trying to act like you didn't want to let me over. My fault, guys. Driving too as well. People act crazy out these parts though, right? So the definition of Lamech is strong young man, which really just equals up to the strength of youth. That's what it is. Your strength of youth, your physical being of, having that youth, having that energy. You know what I mean? That's what Lamech stands for. Noah equals rest. When you actually have to rest your body and all stuff like that. So the strength of youth, we idolize a lot of times because, we're so physically gifted a lot of times. And you see it in a lot of stuff. And I'm going to put sports into it that people always are idolizing athleticism. Like, oh my gosh, he could dunk. I even had a kid that, when I start getting my shots up at the park, getting my work in, a kid will come up and just be like, hey, I see you all stuff. Yeah, you can dunk, man. I like that. And I wish can you teach me how to dunk too? I'm like, man, listen, dunking is amazing. Not gonna lie. I just want to get more athletic, but it's not really a big part of the game, though. It does make it easier sometimes. When you could jump over people and just, put the ball in the basket. But I was like, it's not everything, but we idolize it. And then even old heads too. Oh man, back in the day with my, when I had my good legs and I could dunk and all that stuff. There's no reason to idolize physical being, but we do that a lot of times. We idolize that. And like I said, we see it all the time with old heads, right? So we attach our spiritual enthusiasm to our physical. So a lot of times we'll be like, okay, yeah, to our youth, like having that physical ability. Oh man, I wish, I pray that I can do this, that. We always try to focus on those things when it's really not. It's not a whole bunch, but you do need that, by the way. It's not like I'm saying you don't need it, but it's a problem when you start to idolize it, right? And with idolizing, God finds favor in rest sometimes. Not all the time, though. Not all the time, but God did find, like in the eyes of the Most High, he found favor in Noah. Which means in the eyes of the Most High, he found favor in rest over that, idolization of the strength of youth. You get what I'm saying? Like he sees the good in actually getting rest. You do need rest, by the way. Like this is an important thing that I did not focus on a lot of times when I was younger, was resting my body. It was always going hard all week. And then on Saturday, still trying to go hard. Now I'm a little bit better at it. It's like 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off type of thing. And then if I feel hurt, and this is what it was talking about, right? That God will force you to rest. Remember, I spoke about it before, and it's crazy that I told you the Bible really breaks down everything. And it's funny even now thinking about it that like the Bible really breaks down everything before I even say it. Like they break it down in their own way, right? And I broke it down my own way that I was saying, like if you don't rest, physically, mentally, your body finds a way to make you rest. And it's the same thing that this was saying. God will give you, it said physical ill, or he will give you ills. He will literally bring your body to force yourself to rest because you're working too much. You start idolizing that strength of the youth. Like, oh, I could just keep going all day and all day. You know how kids, they run around forever. And you're like, dang, how did they get all this energy? You know what I mean? You can't work 24/7. Now, you can put in work. I'm not telling you not to work hard. You want to work hard. But what I am telling you is, if you're going to work hard, you need to rest hard too. You get what I'm saying? Hear what I'm saying again, right? If you work hard, you have to rest hard too. You have to properly rest your body. I'm not talking about I took a nap here, so I'm good. No, I mean stretching your body at home. I'm talking about taking naps. I'm talking about icing your body. Like, you have to. Even E.T., Eric Thomas, the guy who wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning to give you guys, his word to motivate all of us to become better, to become a better person, even a better version of ourselves. Even Eric Thomas, he said at 3 a.m., he's Eric. You know what I mean? At 8 o'clock, he's E.T., the hip-hop preacher. So he'll wake up at 3. Does not mean he has to stay up at 3. He gets up at 3, makes his calls, posts his videos, does everything for his business. Then he goes and takes a nap, wakes back up at 8, 9 o'clock. He's like, all right, now I'm well-rested. Now I can keep going on my day. Now, I know with working and all that stuff, you don't have the leisure of doing all that. But I do know that what I'm saying is you do have to rest hard. Like, if you're going to play hard, you have to rest hard. If you're going to work hard, you have to rest hard. Like, you have to play hard, work hard. You know what I mean? It's that simple, right? Now, it started to break down also too, Noah having 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay? Shem, he equals the spiritual part of us. Ham, he is the physical part of us. And Japheth is the intellectual or the reasoning part of us. Okay? Now, I just want to throw that out there because that goes into another story that you're going to read in part 2 or listen to in part 2 of this next week. But that's what, just keep that in mind. Now, remember when God flooded the earth, like I said, with Noah? So right now, we established who Noah was. We established that you need rest in your body, right? The flood represents when the faculties of our mind are corrupt in the or they're used wrong in the relation to the truth. When your faculties of mind, when your different parts of your mind are used wrong in your relation to truth, God ends up basically corrupting your mind and doing destructive process, or destructive, not even God, destructive processes and all this stuff, and corruption stuff starts going into your mind in order to basically corrupt it, because you are not using the faculties of your mind in the right way. It's kind of like I was saying, when you have to be a 24/7 skeptic, right? You cannot just allow what someone tells you. Don't just listen to my podcast. Don't just watch my videos. Don't just agree with me just because don't just agree with me just because, it's me. Or you agree with what I say. I do the reading and I do the studying. Go do the reading. Go do the studying. Go get your when you read different books, go get your own interpretations. Go get your own stories from it. The leaders are readers. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. It's just something to think about too right there, though. But yeah, so be a skeptic. Be a 24/7 skeptic. Always go and obtain your own information and continue to grow yourself, your business, your life, your relationships, anything that you can think of, right? Be a 24/7 skeptic and learn the stuff. Because if you just take in what people tell you, and not to bash Christians, but if you take it that way, that's cool. I don't really care. This is a lot of what they do. They just take in what the pastor says a lot of times. And when they take in what the pastor says, they just use that. And they don't even know if he's feeding them wrong information. They trust that he is. And then that's how it leads to those corruptive thoughts that end up destroying your mind, or destructive processes in your mind. So the couple things to take from this, right, is one, you have to rest as hard as you play. Take the time to rest your body, rest your mind, rest your spirit, just as hard as you work at those things, if you're working hard. But you definitely still want to work hard. Like, you still have to use that strength of the youth, right? You still have to take that energy. You still have to put in that work. You may still have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You may have to still make podcast videos on your way to work. and wake up earlier just to write the words or get the ideas down for your podcast, right? You may have to still do that. But then when it's your rest day, you gotta just chill. You gotta relax. You gotta chill with your wife. You know what I mean? Watch some TV. You gotta ice your ankles and ice your knees. Stretch a little bit. You know what I mean? Meditate. All of that stuff. Just as hard as you work. You have to rest. And then be your own skeptic. Or be a skeptic 24/7. Go obtain your own information. Don't just take in what people are saying. Don't just listen to this amazing podcast, copywriting call, and think that you're just getting all this correct information. Go out there and obtain it yourself. That's what I have to leave with you guys today. I'm going to continue being on my way to work, man. I want you guys to keep killing it. And just remember, you pray for marketing like this. Oh, and by the way, just a quick little story that I'm leaving off on. Some guy calls me the sales guy. I may have to start using that instead of copy god. Who knows, man? So keep doing your thing and see you guys.